Hi, thank you for joining me today. My name is Andrea. I'm the Teen Services Coordinator at Mesa County Libraries, and today I'm going to be talking to you about our Teen Origami Kit. This is available as a take and make September 25th through October 8th as supplies last at all Mesa County Library locations. So feel free to give your library location a call and make sure they still have them before you head on down. But in your origami kit, you're going to have several sheets of origami paper. 3 sets of instructions on different things to make, and the different things you can make with those sets of instructions are you can make a paper crane, you can make a little origami box, and you can make an origami frog that actually jumps. We'll have to get him back in a minute, but yeah, those are all things that you can make today. I'm going to be showing you how to make each one of these things individually so you can follow along as you look at your instructions. But yeah, let's get started. So now we're going to be folding our origami jumping frog. So the first thing that you'll notice your instructions say is to put the white side up. I don't actually have a white side to my paper, so what they mean is whichever color you don't want on the outside. So I want the darker green, so I'm going to put that down. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper in half, open back up, and we're going to fold in half the other way. You have a nice little T there. I'm going to fold that back up again, and I'm going to fold it again once more vertically. Make sure to make your folds nice and neat. Origami is about precision. It's a little forgiving, but you do need to still have neat folds. Okay, so that crease we're going to use later, but we're going to leave that open for right now. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my right corner here, and I'm going to see that I have a crease in the middle of my paper here. I'm going to bring this corner down and lay it down so that this side matches my crease in the middle. Unfold, do the same thing with the other corner. Bring this edge down to your middle crease and unfold. Now we're going to flip this paper over. Flip. All right, so you notice we have this nice X here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this top edge here and we're gonna bring it down again to that middle crease. We're gonna line it up, crease. So this edge is now meeting our middle crease. Unfold, flip back over. Okay, so this is our first tricky step. This is where we're going to magically make this fold in on itself. So go ahead and get your fingers under the sides here. Bring it down on one side, bring it down on the other, and then you'll notice this piece of paper on top is going to fold right on top. So now we've got this nice triangle. That's what it looks like as you're folding it down. So I'll just show you that again one more time, because that's a little tricky if you haven't done origami before. Bring it down on one side, bring it down on the other, and then squish this triangle flat on top. All right, so on to our next step. I'm gonna take this piece of paper up here and we're gonna fold it so this edge comes just below our triangle here. Crease that good. All right, then notice we've got these two little flapping triangles here. We're going to pull this one up a little bit, and on the side here we're going to bring this edge so it matches the crease here in the middle. So this requires us to fold in 2 pieces of paper there and on the side. That's what it looks like when you do it. And then we're going to put that piece of triangle right back on top. So see how that's hidden underneath like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring it in so it matches like a book. You're closing a book. All right, so see how those are nicely covering up. Might have to refold that. So as we advance from here, it's going to get a little trickier to fold, but this is what's going to give you your spring for your frog so he can jump. So we're going to take this edge, we're going to fold this up so this edge down here matches this edge up here. Then the next bit we're going to do is we're going to take this corner here and we're going to fold it down so this corner meets the very bottom of this crease in the middle. So this next bit's a little tricky. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip up underneath where we had hid that little fold. We're gonna pull this fold out. And we're not gonna unfold it all the way, but we're trying to make a very particular shape. Okay, so notice how we're getting these nice little triangles meeting here on the corner. And I'm going to show you what this looks like when it's done. It's going to look like when we do it on the other side too. This is going to look like a little boat. See? Got our bottom of our boat and our sails. It's very important that this is all one piece of paper across. I've done it weird sometimes where I've had two separate pieces of paper. It's not going to work if you do it that way. So now that we got our little boat, we're going to take our top corner of our flap here. Notice we're not grabbing the whole thing, we're just grabbing this top one here. We're gonna pull it down along our fold that we made earlier, and it's just gonna magically fold back under that triangle again. So let me show you again how that works. We're gonna take this corner here, fold it down, and that has forced that to go back under again. So we'll do the same thing over here. Grab this corner, fold down, pop that back on top. All right, so that's what that looks like this moment in time. So now we get to make our frog feet. So this next one, it's nice. We don't have to worry about a particular angle. You're just gonna fold that corner up, and this is gonna make one of your frog's front feet. We're gonna try and match that angle to make my frog's other foot, but it's okay if it doesn't match perfectly. Your frog might have one foot that's a little differently shaped than the other. All right, so that's our two front feet made. Now we're gonna do our back feet. Oops. So notice how we've got these two flaps here. We're gonna fold up on the side. And these are gonna be our frog's back feet. Again, the angle doesn't matter too much. I would say you just wanna fold it up so that you've got a straight line across here at the bottom. Okay, so that's our basic frog shape. Now we gotta fold it so it's gonna jump. So taking the bottom here, we're gonna fold that up and over so that it's folding right along here. So up and over. Crease that good, but we're not done yet. Now we're going to fold this in half again, going this way. And this, make sure his feet are pointing out so you can see his feet that you work so hard to make. Gonna push that down. And like I was saying, this is getting challenging because the paper's so thick. But look, now we got our little frog, and we're gonna make him jump real fast. So just to test him out, make sure we did everything right. Ah, yeah, he jumped. Awesome. And that's how you make an origami jumping frog. Okay, so we're gonna fold our paper box today. I think I would like my box to be purple, so I'm gonna put that piece of paper to the side. And you'll notice in your instructions it says start with the white side up. As you notice, I don't have paper with a white side, but I've got a gray side and a purple side. So when they say white side up, they just mean whichever color you don't want on the outside. So I want my purple to be on the outside of my box. I'm gonna do my gray facing towards me. Okay, so the first thing we'll do, go ahead and fold your paper in half, any which way, when you're using your sides. So there's one. Go ahead and crease that well, unfold it, and fold the other direction. Make sure your sides are lining up. Origami requires some degree of precision, so just be nice and neat when you're doing things. All right, so you'll notice now we have this nice T crease here. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold each of our corners in so they're meeting at the center point. So I'll show you what I mean. So do one quadrant here first. I'm gonna bring my corner here in towards the middle. Match that up as neat as I can on the sides, so my sides are matching my creases that I've made. All right, one down. We'll do the other three. Okay, so now we've got this lovely little square here. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold in each of the two sides here like a book, where the side is going to be meeting that point in the center. So going to be meeting in the middle. Okay, so line that up with the center. Go ahead and crease that. Really good. If you've got fingernails, get those in there. We're gonna do it on the other side too. So we're gonna bring this in toward the center so it's matching up with that. All right, great, so that's done. So now we're gonna unfold what we just did. And you'll notice I have these little triangles already popping out and wanting to come out. Let's just go ahead and have them come out. So I'm gonna pull on this one, pull all the way out, do it on the other side. Okay. So then the next trick we're gonna do is, now that this is open, we're gonna do a similar process of bringing these two sides in towards the center. Bring that side in towards the center point. Go ahead and crease my sides. Next thing we're gonna do is, you'll notice you have several creases here on the side. There's one down here low, and I'm gonna use this as my guide for my next bit. I'm gonna take my corner here. I'm gonna bring it down to the very edge of this crease that I have here. So it's gonna help guide me on that. Okay, once I've got those matching up, I'm gonna go ahead and crease that really good. Unfold it. I'm gonna do the same thing with this other corner here. Find my crease where it ends here. Bring that down. Crease it real good. Okay, so we've done one end. We're gonna do the same thing with the other end. Flip it around. Crease. Do the other corner. Crease. Okay, this is where I differ a little bit from the instructions. I think the easiest way to get your box to come together is, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your thumb right here on this, and you're gonna put your thumb right here on this corner, kind of pinning those in place, and then you're just gonna push them together, and magically your box is just gonna pop up to life. And so then what you'll do then is, we're gonna take each side with these loose flaps, and we're gonna fold them into the inside. Here's one. You do the same thing to the other side. And that's two. Okay, so now we have the bottom of our box. So you don't have to make a lid if you don't want to. It just depends what you want to use it for. I personally think it's kind of nice to have a lid so you can put something inside it and give it to someone. The instructions say, oh, just get a slightly bigger piece of paper. Well, you could do that, but I only have one size of paper, and you only have one size of paper in your kit. So here's what I'm going to show you a trick. Instead of worrying about getting a bigger piece of paper, just trick your paper into being a little bit bigger itself. What do I mean when I say that? Okay, well, this one's going to be my lid here. So here's the tricky bit. Instead of bringing my corner in to the very center of this page, I'm gonna bring it in really close, but not completely there. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and say, I think that looks good. So you'll notice it's very close to that crease, but it's not quite meeting it. So we'll go ahead and do the other one so you can see what it looks like all the way around. Okay, so as you can see, rather than all of our sides perfectly meeting each other, we have this little line in between each of them. We don't want it to be real big because we want our lid to fit fairly tight, but we want it to be just a smidge. And then you can just proceed folding this as normal to just make another box that's just a little bit bigger than the other one. So, but yeah, so that's how you can make a paper box with a lid. Okay, so we're going to be showing you how to fold a paper crane today. It's a little trickier, so just be patient. first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in half, bringing this corner to this corner. It's important the whole way through to line up your edges as neatly as you possibly can. Go ahead and unfold that, and we're gonna fold it again the opposite direction, folding this corner to this corner. Go ahead and unfold that. And now we're gonna flip this over to the side that you don't want to be visible, and we're going to fold it in half from this side to this side. Unfold, do it the other way, this side to this side. So what you're gonna end up with here is this nice T on top of this X. All right, so leaving it on this yellow side here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little fold into the side here where it's going to have our corner here pointing down towards us. And then we're gonna notice we have this square section here made by our folds. We're gonna bring this side here on top, leaving this up. We're gonna bring this side here in, and then we're gonna have like magic. It just collapses in on itself. So let me show you that again. So we've got our square here. We've got our small triangles here on the side. We're gonna bring those in towards our center. It's gonna fold down on top. Go ahead and flatten that, crease it good. The next thing we're gonna do is you notice you have this crease down the center. We're going to bring our top corner in, just our top one. We're gonna leave this triangle down here. We're going to bring this corner into the center here, making sure to line up this edge with the center crease. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So these two sides are gonna meet here in the middle. Take this triangle, this piece up here, and we're gonna fold this down on top so that the crease is happening right here, this line. Crease it well, and go ahead and unfold that. We're gonna unfold those two sides there. So then, this is our next tricky bit. We're gonna grab this corner down here, just the top piece of paper. We're gonna leave everything else down. We're gonna go ahead and open that up so it looks like a mouth. So, then what I'm gonna have you do is go ahead and push in on your sides here. There's two small triangles here on the sides. As you do that, I'm gonna try that again on the other side, so that should be a little neater. But just to show you again how that worked, is you have your mouth open, bring it in on the sides, and this flattens down. So, didn't quite go as neat as I hoped, so let's try the other side. Flip it over, we're gonna do the same thing again, where we grab this corner, fold it in towards the center so the edges are lining up. This edge is lining up with the center fold. Do the same thing on the other side. Crease well. Bring this top section here down over the top. Crease well. Unfold all of those. Grabbing just your top piece of paper, open it up so it's like a mouth, and bring in your sides. Like I said, you have to push it on the sides quite a bit. Go ahead and flatten that out so it's kind of matching up on both sides now. So the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna grab one of our corners here on the side, and we are gonna bring it in again towards the center, lining those edges up. Crease it real nice. Do the same thing to the other side. Grab that corner, bring it in towards the center. Okay, flip it over. Do the same thing again. Okay, so now you have what looks like a little kite here with two legs floating around. Okay, so now we got those legs, we're gonna fold them up, meeting up here. These are going to be our head and our tail, whichever you decide you want to make that. Fold it up to the side like that. Do it the same way over here. Then go ahead and unfold those. So the next thing it's going to tell you in the instructions is to do an inside reverse fold. You might be wondering, like, what the heck is that? So I'm going to show you. So what you'll notice is when you flip this over on its side, you've got this little packet here on the side. And what's going to happen is when you go ahead and open that up, you are going to push this side up here and it's going to fold along that fold that you made. And what we're going to do is we are going to reverse this fold here. So right now it's like this. We're going to open that up. Then we're going to fold it in the other direction. So this is where the reverse fold comes in. But the inside part is because it's going to tuck in nice and neat there on a piece of paper there. So there it is. It's just like tucked away. And then we can adjust its shape from there. And you might be having a little trouble doing your reverse fold. I know I certainly do a lot of the time. Just remember, it's still going to be recognizable as a crane. It's just a matter of precision at this point and how precise you want it to be. So yeah, that's like a little wonky looking, but it's going to work. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I know that's a little tricky, so I'm going to show you again. So we folded that up. We have unfolded it. Gonna flip this over to its side, open up our pocket here, go ahead and push this up so it goes along that fold that you just made. So it's tucked away in there. But then we're going to reverse fold this one so it goes like that. So we have both these tucked away here. Now we're going to turn one of these into, and you can adjust these from here so that your tail or your head is sticking out a little bit more or less. We're going to turn one of these sides into our head now so that it's recognizable as a crane. Let's see, which one did I do a better job on? Which side? I think I did a better job on this side, so this is going to be my head. So to make your head, what you're going to do is we're going to just fold this tip down to the side like this. That's what it looks like when you've done that. And then we're gonna inside reverse fold again. So you're like, well, how's that gonna work? And it's like, well, what you're gonna do is after you folded like that, we're gonna take this little section here and we're gonna invert it again. So yeah, not a perfect head by any means, but is it recognizable? Yes, it is. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our wings and we're going to fold those down on the sides. And here's the magical bit. We're going to grab our wings and we're going to gently pull and it's going to inflate itself. So yeah, that's how you make a paper crane. Hi, thank you so much for joining me today for Origami. Just to remind you, you can pick up these origami kits at any of our Mesa County locations from September 25th to October 8th while supplies last. So please feel free to give your local library location a call before you head on down. And if you're looking for more origami fun and different ways that you can make different projects, I would really recommend two websites to you where I actually got my instructions from that are printed in your kits. Origami-fun.com for a lot of great one-page instructions, and then origami.me, and that has a lot of really wonderful information about doing basic folds for origami so that you can expand your knowledge even further. So thanks so much for joining us and have a great rest of your day.